So, let me tell you guys a story. A friend of mine has a simple fetish. It's well performed and enthusiastic fellatio. Now, he hooked up with a girl who performed like Heather Brooke on a crack binge, and never found anyone really close to matching his preferred method of sexual intercourse his entire life. He stupidly broke up with that girl when he went to college, thinking every woman in the world was smart, beautiful, and had the suction pressure of a power washer on reverse. After a multi-year toxic relationship, friends took my friend out to a getaway to shoot guns and drink at a cabin. He had a bit of a breakdown, wondering if he was ever going to find anyone after his toxic relationship from college. And a good buddy reminded him of the avatar of Heather Brooke that he had been dating on and off since his breakup, and asked why he didn't just love the smart, beautiful vacuum cleaner of a woman he already had. My friend, finally taking the advice and seeing the obvious in front of him, did just that. And he married that girl. And as they get fat and old and the love life gets less enthusiastic, the pure ability to suck harder than the WoW Shadowlands expansion has kept things fresh and loving in his marriage. The moral of the story here is, sometimes the best thing in your life was right in front of you the whole time, if you're just willing to take the plunge into the known. So here's Corpse Explosion Necromancer, something I used to know pretty well but never really looked at in PD2 despite the numerous times I've passed it over to put points into Desecrate. This isn't a full guide, but CE gets synergies from Revive's Desecrate and Amp damage, and for my testing, the best gear is just straight Trangs due to Fire Mastery, which gives more damage to Corpse Explosion than the plus 6 or 7 additional skills without it. So heads up, I love this class, and it will rank well. I dare say I like it as much as Summons On because it plays the same. It's a summoner, but you have the damage output yourself. And that is my shit. So thanks to the guy who recommended this class, really. Single target. Really the only thing this class struggles with is single target. It's safe, and it locks down bosses, especially with the Urder minions from Act 4, which you want because they carry Crushing Blow. It's just a spam fest of Desecrate, Amp, and CE until the boss dies, but the damage isn't all it could be. 3 out of 10. AoE. This class is fast, man. I mean, the real slowdown is the same as the Summons On, with you having to, quote-unquote spawn your corpses and amp the pack and then just shred away. But my CE at level 45 has 14 yards of radial damage, so I'm sure there's a more optimal way to speed this up once I get a few more hours practice on it. Running once to Act 4 to resummon Revives also isn't nearly as AIDS as I thought it would be. 8 out of 10 on AoE. Safety. Well, it's a summoner, so what do you think? It really doesn't get hit, and pairing it with an Act 1 Merc, who also doesn't get hit, provides the Vigor aura to always place your minions quickly in front of you. They even have a little better targeting than the Valk, so they seem to be consistently at the right place at the right time. If you do get hit, you don't have anything to block, your own block in your life. But if the 10 out of 10 Summons On has OP dodge skills, well, that's really only a slight upgrade. 9.5 out of 10 on safety. Ubers. I can't playtest Ubers until I fix it in Pluggy, but I've run countless Ubers on Summonmancer with Corpse Explosion as my extra damage skill to move the fight along. I really have no doubt this can handle Ubers because I've seen Revive builds using the Urders do Ubers incredibly easily. And the extra damage from Corpse Explosion, which isn't great on single target, is still decent. And remember, you can add fire facets to the Trangs, which would help a lot on high resistance bosses like Ubers. 9 out of 10. I think it's going to do really, really well on Ubers. So Gearing Ease. Well, damn, it uses Trangs. I know Necro is popular, but most summoners and some poison Necros move off Trangs once the season gets rolling. I know that the pieces can be bought for 1 to 5 Worldstone shards after a few weeks, and really, you just keep buying them and corrupting them to get as many sockets as possible. Hell, it even comes with Canopy Frozen on the belt. Ideally, I guess you want a Death's Web with fire facets for top-end damage, but that's not a necessity with plus skill rolls on other wands. And P&B skillers are cheaper than summoner skillers for sure. You start with easy gear, you GG out on easy gear, and you can roll around with even like a socketed MF Trang set when you don't roll optimal sockets and upgrade from there. Like damn, if Summon Druid is our 10 out of 10 benchmark, this has to be 2. It uses the same gearing path as Summon Druid. Relatively cheap skillers and upgraded starter set. 10 out of 10 on Gearing Ease. So, Playstyle Ease. I have to say this feels a lot like Summonmancer, but it's just easier, or Summons On, but it's just easier to play. Your minions get into place without your help, so your only real skill to learn is just optimally placing just enough desecrates and amps to move quickly through a map. I mean, I suppose we have to say it's harder to play than a Summonmancer because of the skill flipping, but again, that's a really, really slight knock. 9.5 out of 10. Well, no conclusion here, really. I mean, I just think I know what I'm going to start playing next season. This is an 8.16 out of 10. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's fast, fun, safe. It's a minion user that does damage. It is the brother class or sister class to the Summon Zon. I absolutely love it. Enough said. See you guys later.